Hello, here is Eliana Moraes speaking. I'm specialized in food and drug law for the Latin American country, especially Brazil. Today, I would like to talk with you and make questions like, how satisfied are you with your business in Brazil? Is everything all right? Are you getting your approvals in a short time? How things are working for you in Brazil? Do you have enough contact with your staff in the country just to be aware how fast they are working and getting your goals putting in place? Well, about the Brazilian regulatory affairs, in my 25 years experience helping companies to do business in the country, I usually try to understand what is going wrong, in fact, and what could we do to make things work better. For sure, when we think about Brazil, that there are plenty of difficulties in Brazil to face and challenges, but for sure we have skills and strategies that could make companies make better business in the country. So what is going wrong? Why are you not getting what you want from Brazil? So how could we be better in our business plan? I will try to share with you some ideas really short, because the idea of this hangout is just to talk and exchange experiences and try to help companies make better business in Brazil. What do you think? Does Brazil look set to become a complicated country for you? Are you making your profits in the time that you were expecting? Or are you facing much more problems than success in your business in Brazil? How hard is to control your business in the country? And if I could put in one more question here in this slide, what are your strategies to gain the market? As you know, Brazil is a 100 million consumer market, 200 inhabitants in the country. This is a very interesting country, and there are potentials of opportunities for companies that would like to gain the market in there. But for sure, regulatory affairs can be hard if you do not take this subject as a kind of skill to be more competitive in the market. As a matter of fact, if you are not aware, a lot of competitors usually work and deal with regulatory strategies, trying to have presence faster than you, and sometimes trying to avoid your presence in the market. So it's time for you to think about how you could develop a strategy that could help your business have a presence in there. Do you think about the labels information? Your label is very important for your consumer to identify your products, to know the advantages, the precautions that you could have. Are you adopting your label for the country, or you just develop a label that you are going to spread out in the whole Latin American countries? Think about that, because you could do things better working for you if you understand the profile of your consumer in Brazil and make the information pretty much useful for the consumers, and also understand the regulatory affairs for labels. What about your marketing? Are you marketing in a proper way in Brazil? Or you are just doing things like to have a presence in there, but without no strategies? You know, this is like when we do business, it's like play tennis. What does I mean with this? I want to say that you can do things in a different way if you think about the country. In fact, think that there are different attitudes as much as you develop a marketing plan, a business plan to have a presence in Brazil, you should do the same for regulatory affairs. Because otherwise, maybe your competitors will take advantages in your business just dealing better with the regulatory affairs than you are doing there. How could you do this? How could you understand this? Maybe you want to expend a lot of money, energy, and time to get a little things instead of save time and money and launch your product faster. How could you do differently? There are a lot of talk, but you are not seeing how you could do this different. First of all is having an idea about the legislation and understand how could you adapt things and send better dossiers to achieve what our legislation are asking for. This is very complicated. Oh, it is impossible. A lot of bureaucracy involved. This is not true. What I'm seeing is when you focus exactly what is your purpose and take the hardest part of our legislation and try to interpret it and see what you could do to improve this and send documents and arguments for the health agents, which is Anvisa in Brazil, in a different perspective. But this is not what I'm seeing. Most of the time, companies just hire consultants and let them do the business because it looks like not the most important part of your business. What you are just seeking in this is to have approval, which is not the case. You can have better opportunities if you take regulatory affairs as a part of your business plan. Maybe you can save time. You expend a lot of money with translations and doing labels that are not good. I'm not telling you just how to avoid problems. This is another chapter, another talk that I will do here in Hangouts. I'm talking about how you could think in a different way to get advantages in the market and be more competitive through the regulatory affairs. And for sure, there are a lot of possibilities of that. And maybe you are not exploring as much as you do in your country. I know that you have different countries and it looks like a nightmare to develop specific strategies for each country. But I'm talking about Brazil, which is the 50th largest country in the world. This country, I think it's worth if you understand. Because if you understand how to work pretty much better than you are doing now, maybe you can have a presence in other countries of Latin America faster than you are getting. As you know, Brazil is a leader of Mercosur and also the discussion of regulatory affairs in Latin American countries. So why not think in a different way and try at this moment to understand why my competitor is doing that and why I'm not doing. Is this fair or not? Am I talking with the agents about the unfair competitors that are in the market? How is my strategy? That's the question. That's what we would like to put in place in here and bring up your attention about the importance to get more knowledge of regulatory affairs in Brazil when you think about launching a pharmaceutical product, a cosmetic, medical device, food, health products, or veterinary product. Maybe you can save time and save energy and money, just think in a different way. Count on with us, and it will be a pleasure to be in touch with you and to learn and to teach how to do things a better way. Here, Eliana Moraes. I'm the president of the Regulatory Affairs Professional Society in Brazil.